Hello, hello. Welcome to Making the Shift here again with our special guest. He's back. Welcome to the show today. I'm really excited to talk about this topic. This came on the tail of last week's show where I realized a lot of you guys had questions about this and this would make for its own episode. So today we are talking about understanding interoception, which is something that is super important for those of you supporting autistic children or people to understand. And it is also something that is often very overlooked. It's often not something any of us learn about. This is not something we learn about in school. And it's not certainly not something we learn how to help kids with and support them through. So today we're going to be talking about interoception, why it matters, and specifically the link to interoception and emotional awareness and then self-regulation. So we're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about some ways you can start to help support kids who are having trouble with interoception. Okay, so what is interoception to begin with? It is our ability to perceive the signals that are occurring within our own body. So it is that internal sense that we have. It is us being able to check in with our body and to know physiologically what is happening within our body. And the reason why this is so important is because there's a direct link between our ability to interpret these signals, well, feel these signals within our body, interpret them, and then be able to connect them to emotions. Like I said on last week's show, there are things that we do you probably don't even realize because you do them so instantly, where you're sitting down and you feel a certain way and you can instantly connect it to a feeling. So you might feel your heart beating really rapidly, and you know that's maybe anxiety or you know that's excitement. You might feel that butterfly sensation within your belly, which lets you know that you're feeling nervous. Your chest might be tight, which lets you know that you're stressed. And so often we can feel these physiological states and then we can just assign them meaning. And then we know how we're feeling, which then helps us know what to do about it in order to make ourselves feel better. But for so many autistic kids, about 50% or more have what's called alexithymia, which is difficulty understanding and describing their emotions. And of course, that can affect kids in different ways, not only for themselves, but interacting with others as well and understanding others' perspectives and emotions and in that way can absolutely affect them as well. So when we have kids who are having trouble recognizing those signals within their bodies, we might see more emotional dysregulation, right? Because they're not seeing the signs that that is coming on, or they might not be able to identify that that's what's happening within their body. More meltdowns or shutdowns. And then what that leads to is trouble with self-advocacy, because if you don't know that you're feeling a certain way, it's hard for you to ask what you need in order to make yourself feel better or, get away from that environment that is causing that reaction within your body. So, very, very important to understand that the way that we learn our feelings is through the connection that we make in our body. We, our body is constantly giving us signals, it's constantly giving us valuable information, and our job is to be able to be aware of it and interpret it and then be able to make it meaningful, meaning take that and be able to identify, okay, I'm feeling really scared right now, and therefore I need to leave this situation, or this person makes me really angry. I need to not engage with this person anymore. There's so many reasons why this is so important for us. So let's talk about a couple of ways that we can support our kids in being able to build those skills, build that ability to listen and understand the signals within their own body. There are a lot of ways to do this. I'm just going to give you a couple ideas that are going to be really easy to take away and start implementing. Okay. So the first one is, of course, our first step is building that awareness, because if we're not aware, we can't interpret what's going on. So we really have to be able to become more aware of what is happening in our own body. So this can be done with exercises like checking in with your own body. You've probably heard of like body check-ins, body scans. A body scan is when you start from the tip of your head. I don't know, this is how I do it. You start from the tip of your head and you work your way down until you get to your feet. And you want to start to think about, okay, what am I feeling in each part of my body? Right. So, like, I might start with my head, and then I might think, like, I'm feeling a little tightness in my forehead. Okay, I'm feeling a little pressure here in my sinuses. I'm feeling a little neck pain because I'm holding the baby and looking down all the time, right? And we start to just feel, think about everything that we're feeling from the top of our head to the tip of our toes. And that is something that we can help kids to start to really think about. What is my body telling me? What are the signals that are coming to me from my body right now? Okay. Another way I love to do this, and I'll link to this down below, is using the Autism Level Up Energy Meter. It was created by autistic professionals in order to help with these very conversations and skills. And it is an energy meter where kids can learn if they have, really low energy, like they're really drowsy and tired, or if they have so much energy where they're just super amped up, fidgety, in that realm. And it, of course, everything in between. And we've had a lot of autistic adults say emotion words or feelings words might not be meaningful to them. And a lot of this is A, because they might have trouble interpreting them and feeling them, but also B, I've had autistic adults who have told me it just seems like such an arbitrary word, like connection to make between the feeling in your body, or the sensation, I should say, in your body, and then the feelings that you're labeling. Okay. But I think that this is a world where we live in, where we have people constantly asking us what we feel and how we want to feel. And it's nice to be able to help kids make those connections if we can, to better understand themselves and, of course, others around them as well. So, one way we can do this is using that energy meter and just starting to help kids identify what level of energy their body has right now. Right. So, this is a little bit different than the body scan, identifying different, very specific feelings within, I need to stop saying feelings, sensations, I'll say, within their own body. This is more just their general level of energy that they have. And what we can do from there, okay, so step one is working on that identification piece. Step two is working on that more towards self-regulation, self-advocacy piece. So now that we know this is how our body's feeling, what can we do about it? For example, with the energy meter, if we know that we are feeling really amped up and stressed right now and fidgety, what's something that we could do to make ourselves feel better? And of course, that's very specific based on the individual. Do we need to take a walk? Do I need to hug my mom? Do I need a stress ball? There's a lot of things that we can do to calm our energy and bring our energy down, or vice versa. If we're feeling really tired and sleepy, but it's time to go to school and we need to wake up our body, what are some ways that we can wake up our body and we could give ourselves some more energy? And these are things I've done with my own kids, and I've posted videos of them on social media before, doing some of these things to change their energy level. If they're going to school and they're really drowsy, I would have them on the walk to school run and then stop and then spin and then do jumping jacks. And we would just make a game out of it, and they loved it. And that just gave them a little bit more energy to be more focused at school. So there's a lot of great ways we could start to do this. And I think the first thing is just we need to start having these conversations. Like, these are often not conversations we're having. We're often helping kids to get their needs met at the time when we feel that they have a need that needs to be met, but we're not actually verbalizing what we're doing and why we're doing it. Right. So maybe when a child's upset, we are giving them a hug, which is amazing because we're helping them calm down, but we're skipping that part of the conversation about how are they feeling in their body when they're feeling really sad and upset or scared, and being able to make that link between the emotion, in other words, the physiological feelings that they are having with sensations they are having within their body, and then the feelings, words that we are attaching to that. Okay. If you are a member of the NeuroAffirm Academy, we have an awesome training in there, much more detailed in how to do this. And we even have a couple page worksheets that you can use with kids in order to work on these skills. And I have an awesome demonstration video using the energy meter and showing you with my own son how it can be used. So if you're a member of NeuroAffirm, go in, check out that training. If you are not, I will put a link below. We would absolutely love to have you in there if these are things that you love learning about and you want to keep learning about it. All right, so I hope you learned something new today. I hope that this inspired you to get out there and start having these conversations with kids. Super, super important conversations. You can start having them with kids from a very young age. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.